to Along the Rock, brought to you by the Radar Free Press. I am your host, Kaitlyn Blum. Today with us, we have Mark Searing and Bryan Plummer, and you two are building inspectors for the city of Rock Falls.
Yes.
So for those who don't know what your position entails, can you just tell us like what an average day would look like for you?
Oh, it changes on the dime, I'll be honest with you. I mean, we do all of our inspections, from electrical inspections, electrical service to complaints, that type of stuff, new additions, garages, to the bigger things like Loves, doing plan review and that type, for big projects. So we also, it's not just building, our department, we cover the code enforcement also. So we have employees for code enforcement. So we do all the white parking violations, we do the tall grass, junk, garbage, building violations, those type of things also. So very busy department.
Yeah, there's always something going on. It can go from 0 to 100 in just a couple phone calls. So
Bryan's our newest employee. I will be retiring within the year. Basically, my goal is to see Love's truck stop built. I've been here with that from start to finish. I want to see that finished up. And once that's done, I'll be retiring. Bryan will be taking over. Bryan's already been with me for approximately 9 months already. He's doing great. So, the 20 years I put in here, I was glad to see things move forward and, continue. So
good, yeah, things have been moving forward for the city of Rock Falls. So I have a question for you. So I know some renters, they feel stuck just because, they're renting a property. It's not necessarily up to code. It might have some safety concerns, but they're worried about retaliation from the landlord. Is there any protections the city offers or any assistance the city can offer with something like that?
Protection, we really don't. And it does happen. They do retaliate against tenants sometimes. They get mad when I walk in the door and inspect a property and give them violations, that type of thing. But yeah, renters, online, they can go to our website. We have a landlord complaint form they can fill out. Email that to me. We will follow up. We will inspect the complaints. If we find violations, we will issue violations to the property owner to fix those violations. If it's something bad enough, it can continue to maybe condemn the building or something like that if it's bad enough. Normally, we try not to do that. But yeah, it's I wish we had better protection to them, but they have every right for eviction and things like that. I hate to say that, but I usually, when I inspect a property, I usually kind of give the tenant the option, what I find. Do you want me to go forward with this? Because a lot of times, I hate to say it, what happens is the first thing a landlord does is evict them. Not all of them, but a lot of them are pretty good at that.
Yeah.
But that does not stop the complaint.
Yeah.
They think that's going to stop the complaint, it don't. We have one right now that's full of mold, 2 different properties full of mold. One property owner is taking care of it right away. The other one's evicting everybody in the building. Nothing I can do about that part.
Yeah, and it's one of those like, okay, so we might be getting evicted, but at least we know someone else can't move in until it's fixed.
At least the building's going to get fixed, yes.
Yes. So that's, there's some comfort in that.
Yep.
So you talked about condemned buildings. Does Rock Falls have like a program for like condemned buildings or for like taking them down or rehabbing?
Yes, we've been pretty proactive with that. We've been using the neighborhood stabilization grant. That grant right now is running out on us. We're waiting for them to renew it. Hopefully they do. If not, we'll try to find another mechanism to fund this. But we've been tearing down, it really varies. I'd say 3 to 5 buildings per year that we find that are beyond being repaired. If we feel they're repaired, once we take possession of them through abandonment or however the process may be, if they are repairable, we put them back out for bid to whoever, a house flipper or someone just wants to buy a house. And they have to, what we do is a contractor, they have 1 year to bring the outside back up to code and 3 years in the interior. We put those out for bids. So I'm not sure what we did this year. Again, we've probably 3 to 5 a year we do on those.
I know we've taken 2 down so far this year. And then we have one that we're saving for, or that is currently being worked on by the Whiteside County Building Trades Program, Career Center.
Yeah.
So there's another house where we were able to take possession of that was savable, and the students are able to work and learn on that. So we're hoping to continue having a great working relationship with the Career Center there to give kids something to do.
that's really great to
Put the
hear.
work in.
Yeah, I feel like some people are like, oh, they're not doing anything. When you are doing something. You're actually doing something really cool to rehab a building, working with students and letting them learn those skills that are going to get them employed in the future with really good jobs, right?
Yep.
But it's just a matter of people just don't know.
It's been a great relationship with the vocational school so far. I think it'll continue that way. We made a contract with them. Basically, at the end of the day, when the house is done, when we sell it, we'll split the profits with the school. Maybe even a little better than that, we'll see. But a contract right now is at 50-50 with them. That's allowed them to, invest back into new tools, equipment for the school, that type of thing. So keep us rolling. So we're hoping this program, we actually have a second house right now that we're taking in the process of going to court for abandonment, and that'll be one of the next projects.
And that's one thing people don't realize too, like going through court, all of that takes time, sometimes years.
It does.
Process.
The public has to understand, when they say government moves slow, it does.
Yeah.
The process that we have to follow and rules and regulations. But an abandonment process, it takes us about a year for us to get a deed.
Wow. But, but the point is you're always working on it, though.
Yes.
It might just be going slower than anybody would like.
I have a committee this stuff goes to. In fact, tonight we'll be bringing them a couple more houses that we found that need to be attended to. Let's put it that way. So, we've been at this for 20 years. I think we made a pretty good impact in the city of Rock Falls.
Good.
On the very bad houses.
Yeah. So, Bryan, you're going to be moving into this position. Do you have any high hopes or plans?
No, I'm just excited to see moving forward, in the years to come, new businesses or development or housing, residential, popping up, being able to work with everyone and, trying to get the city continue moving forward in the right direction and to grow as much as that we can. I mean, there is going to be a limitation because we are just a smaller community, but, just to try to keep things up and move in the right direction.
Yeah, just focusing on development, whether it be commercial or residential, definitely.
Correct. Yeah, I mean, you don't know for sure, what tomorrow's ever going to bring, but, my future hopes or goals or that I foresee is, probably 5 years down the road. I mean, I think this city could probably look completely different with just, new things popping up. I think that Love's Truck Stop's really going to, be a staple for us to bring, more businesses and possible residential, for other employment opportunities around this area.
Yeah, speaking of the Love's Truck Stop, that's why we're really here, right? That's what everybody wants to hear about. So do you want to give us a little background on the Love's Truck Stop? What's happened so far? What's happening in the future? All those details?
Well, I guess right now, and Bryan, speaking anytime you like, we have full sets of plans on my desk right now we received. So the plans have been 100% presented to the city. We're in a review process right now. I'm hearing they want to get started within the month, probably.
Wow.
My best guess is going to be about the end of the month for September, somewhere around there. Actually, as soon as they're ready, I'm just ready to issue permits for all the dirt work, stormwater, things like that. We're just lacking a little bit. The building plans are being reviewed right now. They should be done by about the first of the week. We'll have that finished up. So basically just waiting for the contractor to show up and get started. So they have a general hiring for it, I guess, my understanding. So they're ready to roll. Their goal is to get started, and their goal is to have it completed by the first of the year.
Wow.
So kind of a fast track. That's a little bit fast for this type of project, but it's a big project. You figure this covers almost 15 acres. So with everything they have there. And I'm kind of anxious to see what, NAF, the new restaurant there, see what that's all about. Be anxious to try the food there. And so that Godfather's is going in there. So
oh, wow, I didn't know that.
The NAF, I think, will be an interesting one. We don't have nothing like that around this area, so I guess they're getting pretty popular. And if you look at the reviews are very good.
And what's it called?
NAF?
NAF.
I've never heard of that before. I'm going to have to look that up.
Some up around Aurora and places of there, in towards the city. So a few locations.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
I might say, I think is it Mid-Eastern food?
Mid-Eastern, grill type.
I think that's the type of food they have.
Oh, wow.
So
that's awesome.
Be interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
Something a little bit new to the area.
Do you foresee any challenges with this development?
No, I really don't. Everything's went very, very smooth. It really has. When you deal with corporations like Love's, they're very large. They have a lot of team members on their teams that know what their jobs are. So that makes our jobs easier to go through the whole process. But again, people got to consider, back when the first thing that was private property, the city had to retain the property to do anything with that. It was farm property. People says, oh, this should have been built years ago. Well, we couldn't because it was all private property. The city didn't own none of that, and they weren't willing to develop it, which we understand. And once the Schmidt family decided to sell property to the city, things got rolling, Once we owned it, it took maybe roughly a year to engineer like the stormwater, electric sewer water going off the property. You have to have it shovel ready, Actually, Love's come and looked at the property before it was shovel ready and said, call us when it's ready. And the day basically it was ready, actually Robin Blackard, our city administrator, called Love's back. And I can't tell you exactly, I want to say within 3 days, everyone noticed the Love's jet was here in town.
Wow.
And they said, let's get this moving.
See, that's what I don't think people realize is, like you said, that took a year to do like the electrical and the storm water. People just assume, oh, they're not doing anything because they don't see immediate progress.
It probably took roughly a year just to do all the engineering to get under the canal, things like that. Working with the different agencies, IDOT, DNR, all them type of people, some private individuals too, that we had to cross, get easements for and things like that. Then it probably took another year to build the infrastructure out, probably a little more than a year to do all that. A full lift station is out there, along with electric water is all out on the property now. It took maybe not quite a year to figure out the financing for it. How are we going to pay for this?
Yeah.
And again, top of my head, I can't tell you, but we're talking some pretty big dollars to do all this infrastructural work. So yeah, by the time you engineer it, actually do the work, figure the financing out, 3 years go by pretty fast.
So people aren't realizing you've literally been working on this truck stop for 3 years in a sense.
Oh, absolutely.
Wow.
Probably a little longer than that. We'll probably go back, I'd have to look, but probably about 4 years since we started with Love's.
That's insane. And people they don't know,
I understand.
We think that, and I was the same way before, I was able to get into the position that I'm in and see the inner workings, but, I'm one of those people that used to drive by and be like, well, how come this isn't being built yet? And there is just so much that goes behind it. It's usually probably a minimum of a 2-year process to keep the ball rolling and, with the drawings, the infrastructure, everything that needs to go along with it to get approved.
And part of that process, that whatever that timeline would be, that 1 to 4 years, a lot of times we have agreements signed with the developers where we can't talk about it either.
Yeah.
They don't want other developers knowing what's going on, and they want to keep it quiet. So we can't even talk about it legally. If we did, we could lose the whole project. That's very normal, where I have to sign documents where I cannot talk about the project out to the public.
Yeah.
Until they're ready to release it. So that's very common. So a lot of times, we just can't talk about it until the day comes and they let us know that we can finally tell the media what's going on and what's happening. So,
but you're working on it, though. Just know, people, where you guys are working every day.
When they say loose lips sink ships, that's true when it comes to development. It's happened, I'm sure, to every town where the word gets out about something and developers walk away and never come back.
Yeah. For
different reasons. We've had that here for different things, and I'm sure Sterling has, Dixon, everybody's had those same situations. But so you have to be very careful when you're dealing with developers that, things are kept quiet and you can't follow the rules, I guess.
Yeah, until they're ready to make the big announcement. Yep. Now the city's like, yeah, we're here for it. What do you expect, the impact to be on the city of Rock Falls when this is finally, developed and running and whatnot?
Well, it's going to bring good tax dollars to us, that type of thing. Honestly, I'm hoping maybe impacts our gas prices a little bit, lowers them.
Okay.
If you look at Love's, they seem to play the gas prices on the interstate, not the city gas prices. So if you go up and down our interstate, look at those prices. I don't know this for a fact, but I'm hoping to drop maybe 30 cents a gallon.
Oh,
we'll see. I don't know for sure, but that's potential. My hopes. That's a personal thing with me.
Yeah.
That impacts. But, the restaurants would be great. I think the NAF would be an interesting one. Godfathers for people to go out there. I think we'll be selling a lot of gas. Something on the gas side people don't realize, too, is the volume of gas sold at truck stop does not help us at all. The gas is figured by population, not by sales.
Okay.
So it doesn't really matter if Love sells 1 gallon of gas or 10 million gallons, we get the same amount of tax dollars.
I had no clue, yeah.
Most people don't. I wish we did. Personally, that we got a percentage for the amount of gas they sold. But that all goes down to state of Illinois divvies that up how they do it with the tax by population, and that money's sent out for your motor fuel tax.
Okay.
So that's something I like to clear up there. A lot of people think it's by the gallon. It's not. it's by population. So that's how that's figured.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining me. Is there
Yeah.
anything else that you want to add about the truck stop or anything else?
No, just I'm anxious for them to break ground and get moving on it. You know?
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
We got a new parking lot in West 2nd Street being developed right now. We're hoping to get that done and get it done by the end of the year, with a new walkway to the park under the bridge, that type of thing. So.
Awesome.
And we got some other projects moving we just can't talk about yet.
Yeah. Well, I'll have you on once you can, you know?
Yeah, there you go. Well,
Sure.
You're welcome to come back.
I always want to end with like a lighter note. So what is like a secret gem in Rock Falls that, you know, people just don't know about?
Boy. Help me, Brian.
Oh, I don't know. There's a lot of great things, honestly.
Well, honestly, I think we have a lot of gems. One that really sticks out, I can't really. I guess just one I kind of like. I'm trying to think of what's the guy with open up the car over by Lindy.
The Steel Town Works?
Steel Town Works, I think it's called. New business in town that's doing basically classic cars. We're talking high-end cars.
Really?
It's pretty interesting to have a company like that really wants to grow into something very big. I'm not sure if you're familiar with like Barrett Jackson and things like that, the car sales, auctions, something close to that level of cars.
Wow, I had no clue that was here in this
it's
area.
nice to see someone, a very young guy that his heart was set on building nice cars, that type of stuff, and make his dreams come true. To be able to buy a shop, open the shop up, bringing cars in from around the country.
Wow.
And again, these are high-end cars that he's custom fabbing things for them and whatever he's doing there, but pretty impressive.
Yeah, I had no clue.
Yeah, it's those little secret gems around town that people don't see, and people won't see him because his business is a lot. There's local people that deal with him, but a lot, throughout the whole country. So
Yeah.
Unless you're into that niche, you really don't see that person out and about. Or nobody does.
Yeah. Well, that's really cool. Well, thank you for being on today.
Yeah, thank you.
And then thank you to our listeners and to our production team as well. Remember that the Radar Free Press is free, so we do rely on those likes, shares, and comments to keep us rolling. And if you want to see more videos like this, check out theradar.online.